to astrology. They introduced them to enchantments. They introduced them on how to cast spells. Because up until that point, that stuff didn't exist. They didn't know about that. But because now that the angels came down, they said, we're going to teach you about the occultic world now. We're going to show you how to get into that world of supernatural through the demonic realm. Now, they pictured it all nice. They didn't tell them what it was going to cost them, but they pictured it all nice. Just like people do today. Just come to the palm reader and let me read your palm. There's nothing bad in it. And you think it's okay, because they're there on the corner, and you go there and, they're so accurate. But you don't know that they're opening doors. They're opening portals. Or you're reading your horoscope and say, that's nothing bad. No, that's demonic. That's occultic. It's opening up portals. You're doing yoga. That is straight up demonic. It's those stances are to Hindu gods. They're named after Hindu gods. You can't take it and say, well, I'm just going to do the yoga and I'm going to throw out the religious part of it. You can't do it. You can't separate it. It's like I shared with you before. How many ever make the Kool-Aid? Remember back in the day we used to make Kool-Aid? And once you put that Kool-Aid mix in there, you can't separate it. You can't say, okay, let me I take that Kool-Aid out of that water. It's in there. It's one now. You can't separate it no more. It's the same way. Once you open that door, you can't separate it. Now the door is open, and like I shared with you before, once you open up a door, you don't control what comes in. You can't say, oh, no, this can't come in. No. You don't have now access to your door anymore. You can't just shut it. Jesus has to come and shut it. That's why you need deliverance. That's why you need healing. That's why you need the strong man to come in and shut the door, because the enemy is stronger than you without Jesus Christ. So if you're into yoga, you're into astrology, you're into horoscopes, you're into palm reading, you're into tarot cards, there's no such thing as Christian tarot cards. There's churches out there that they'll have in their basements or in other rooms, they'll have what they call, and they renamed it, angel cards. How many ever heard of that? Where now they're passing out angel cards like tarot cards, but it's to speak to God. You ain't speaking to God. You're speaking to a God with a little g, but you're not speaking to Jehovah. You're speaking to a demonic entity. There's no such thing as Christian tarot cards. It does not exist. You cannot separate it. You can't take what's evil like that and use it for good. It doesn't happen. It cannot get saved. There's no redemption for tarot cards. That is occultic and demonic. And if you're involved in that, you need to repent of your ways and let it go and receive and ask for forgiveness and get deliverance so that the enemy can release you in Jesus' name.